Let's start with the vice president battle. The election is yet to happen, barely a few weeks now. But it seems like the India Bloc has sprung a surprise in its vice presidential race, naming Justice B Sudershan, in fact, Sudershan Reddy, a respected former Supreme Court judge from Andhra Pradesh. Sudershan Reddy is the India Bloc's pick. Now, a non-political face that the man is, he's a proud Telugu son, a jurist with decades of service. The opposition has not just played this symbolic, but also quite strategic. It appears to be a strategic card that the opposition has played despite not having the numbers. It very well could be the NDA candidate who wins. But here with Sudershan Reddy's announcement, the opposition has really set tongues wagging. This comes 2 days after the NDA named its own candidate, CP Radhakrishnan, veteran BJP leader who's RSS-rooted, current Maharashtra governor. His projection as a Tamil OBC leader was aimed at consolidating the BJP's southern outreach quite clearly, particularly in Tamil Nadu. Now, by numbers, the NDA is comfortably placed with 293 MPs in the Lok Sabha and 133 in the Rajya Sabha. It crosses the 392 mark quite easily, which is needed to win. Now, on arithmetic alone, we see the NDA candidate, Radhakrishnan, looks set to take chair. He's going to soon be the Vice President of India, if at all things go well as per the numbers. Well, they have the numbers, so no guesses that he indeed might take the throne. But the opposition's move here has shifted the political battlefield altogether. For Chandrababu Naidu's TDP in Andhra Pradesh particularly, who's a key NDA ally, this is certainly such an awkward test because you have a Telugu man fielded by the India Bloc and TDP not supporting a Telugu face as a vice president will really leave them embarrassed, likely. Not voting for a Telugu candidate or voting against a Telugu candidate, what kind of discomfort will this bring to the NDA ally, the TDP? It mirrors exactly what happened in Tamil Nadu when the BJP's Tamil choice put the DMK in the spot. Radhakrishnan is Tamil, and this is similar sentiment that plays out even in Tamil Nadu with DMK now will be certainly pulled up for not backing a Tamil candidate as the vice president of India. So it seems like the India Bloc has tried to mirror the sentiment that's happened in Tamil Nadu now in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. India Bloc has turned the tables with Tamil pride to Telugu pride now. Other southern players are also under the spotlight. Of course, India Bloc now trying to woo the Telugu parties like Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSRCP as well. They're also trying to push for KCR's BRS to support the Telugu candidate. Ideally, both these parties are seemingly supporting the NDA candidate Radhakrishnan. But now you have a Telugu man in the fray, so what do? It's going to be very interesting to see what pans out. Beyond the numbers, this is also ideological. A retired judge with no RSS roots. In fact, Sudershan Reddy has no RSS roots. He's an institution man as opposed to the BJP fielding a man with deep Sanghi ties. He's an RSS man. And of course, this is an ideological battle is what the India Bloc has said and precisely how the choice has been made as well. So while the NDA holds the math, India Bloc has played the mind game. This election may not change result, but it surely has shaped a narrative. So the big question here we asked tonight, vice president election or southern political war? Has the India Bloc checkmated the NDA in this battle for perception? Well, let me take you through our panelists joining us for a little more in detail on what this means electorally and just the fact that you have two southern candidates by the India Bloc and the NDA. This seems like more of a southern battle, a southern face-off ahead of Kerala, Tamil Nadu elections. We have RP Singh, thank you very much, sir, spokesperson of the BJP joining us. We also have Dr. Pooja Tripathi, national spokesperson of the Congress, and KV Prasad, senior journalist. So let me take this to RP Singh first. Sir, the India Bloc's choice of a Telugu judge, has this put your ally Chandrababu Naidu in uncomfortable shoes? Were you expecting this? Was this a surprise that the India Bloc sprung at you?
Bella, I'm shocked. Why are you doubting the NDA Alliance outcome? I mean, Chandrababu Naidu ji has already said that he's going to support the NDA candidate CP Radhakrishnan ji. So has Pawan Kalyan ji and so has even the YSR leader also. Jagannath Reddy also has given extended support. So there is no doubt as for CP Radhakrishnan to be the next vice president. But speaking about the present contestant from the India alliance, yes, the India alliance is actually saying it's an ideological war. I mean, they have placed a person who represents the ideological war. And he was the one who struck down Salwa Judum judgment and in 2011. And because of that, Naxalism had a say in that region. And that led to even the upsurge in Naxalism in that region. And but he has taken some U-turns also in his judicial and his social life. He struck down the case of reservation, Muslim reservation, but again, it went other way around when he was heading a committee appointed by Telangana government upholding the reservation of Muslims. So this is the caliber and the stature of the man. I mean, he is the judge, former judge. All the best to him. But also that when he was the, you just now said he was the person who was heading the Goa government position on and at that time all the Congress party and their allies said that he is a BJP man, he is a yes man, and that's why they were opposing him. Today he is their hero. So all the best to them. But as far the number goes, we are surely going to win the election.
No, so you said, why am I already concluding the outcome? I'm not concluding the outcome, and this is, well, it's clear, and let me make it clear to our viewers as well that Chandrababu Naidu has said there's no dispute on that. They are going to be supporting the NDA pick, which is Radhakrishnan. But the question here is, the same BJP is now going to go to town if the DMK does not choose Radhakrishnan, who comes from Tamil Nadu. Will that not be your stance, that Radhakrishnan from Tamil Nadu will not have the support of the DMK?
Well, it's up to DMK to take a call and take a stand on this, whether they are going to support OBC leader from the Tamil Nadu or not, because they have never supported OBC leadership otherwise. It is only BJP who has propped up OBC leader right from, I remember, Kalyan Singh to Uma Bharti to Babu Lal Gaur to Shivraj Singh Chauhan, now Mohan Yadav. So we are the one who has been, and even the Prime Minister for that regard, Modi ji himself is the OBC leader. So we have been propping up OBC leaders, but now otherwise they talk of PDA, they talk about jiska hak, jitna hak utna, jitni abadi utna hak, my apologies, jitni abadi utna hak, and now they don't want to give the hak to the OBC leader. It's up to them to decide. But yes, they have said it's an ideological war. They have picked up a candidate who's ideologically diametric to the national objectives. So they have the right.
So this is precisely what the DMK stance has been. In fact, before I get to our guests, I'm going to cut across to some reactions that's come in, including Kanimoi, who's set the record straight on her part that the DMK is now looking at ideology. It's not about Tamil or Telugu, it's about ideology. It's an ideological fight. Let's hear it.
The political message is this is an ideological struggle, ideological fight. So the opposition parties, all the parties come together to choose one single candidate as against a candidate who comes from a Hindutva background, a RSS background, and we are opposing the BJP candidate. And this is a divisive politics which they've been propagating, trying to propagate in this country. And that is what our answer to that is to bring in a person who values the Constitution. They are trying to do away with the Constitution. They've never respected the Constitution or the Parliament. The candidate which the opposition has chosen is a person who respects the constitution of this country and also the people of this country.
கிடைக்கவில்லை என்றால் ஏன் கிடைக்கவில்லை என்று கேட்பதற்கு நான் போயிருக்கிறேன். என்னுடைய நாடு முக்கியம், தமிழ்நாடு முக்கியம் எனக்கு. இது தமிழ்நாட்டையும் மனதில் கொண்டு இருப்பவர்கள் யார் என்பதைத்தான் தேர்ந்தெடுக்க வேண்டும். எங்கள் கூட்டணியில் பல ஆளுமைகள்.
Nadu Mukyam, Tamil Nadu Mukyam. So it seems like the state and the community both are important, but ultimately it's the ideology that works will ultimately be their choice. So India Bloc makes it clear that it's an ideological fight and nothing else. Ms. Pooja, your take on what we see here today, India Bloc's selection. If numbers are stacked against you, we know very clearly that the NDA has the numbers. So there's a very slim chance that your candidate Sudershan Reddy will make it as the vice president, but nonetheless, you all have made a pick which seems more symbolic, if anything. Do you want to spell it out?
Nabila, as my senior leaders have, mentioned it very clearly, it's an ideological battle. And let's ask the BJP spokesperson. Let's ask the present dispensation. Why did this battle arise? What led to Mr. Dhankar's unceremonious exit? That he would not deemed enough to be given a farewell. A respectable vice president was not even given a farewell. And where is Mr. Dhankar since his resignation surfaced online? He's nowhere. He's nowhere to be seen. Not in his residence, not in his personal capacity. Nowhere. So the problem is, in opposition of this most coveted, most respected, to the power of 6 RSS man, we have fielded a person who's an eminent jurist, and in his whole legal career, from high courts to Supreme Court, everywhere, as a Lokayuk, he has been known for upholding constitutional values, ensuring that the rights of, rights of marginalized are not trampled over, and access to justice and access to education was the forefront of his landmark judgment. Just now, R.P. Singh ji mentioned his landmark judgment of terming Salwa Judum as unconstitutional, his striking down of army reservation policy for its own board, also laying down guidelines for PIL. I remember, Nabila, I was reading about Justice B Sudershan Reddy before coming into the show, and I read 2 of his profound judgments, which actually deeply impacted me. One was where he was, giving a judgment on tribal land being overtaken by government for a public project, where he said that the tribals cannot be left at the mercy of a government. They have the first right over the resources. Second, he was giving judgment on public property. He said public property is not government property. It's by the public and for the public, and government is just a trustee. So we are very happy that, a very eminent legal brain, a person who was not fair, he was not afraid to speak his mind, go against the authorities, upholding the constitutional values is our India's pick. And let's see, our numbers are definitely not in favor, but this is an ideological battle. RSS has actually captured.
So, we know the numbers are not in your favor, but you all are also hoping against hope that KCR, YSRCP, TDP will all come on board. So all the political parties, Chandrasekhar Azad, all parties in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh will come together and bat for your candidate. Isn't that a push?
Exactly, that's the push, and we want to take this fight. This fight to save the constitution, and who better than an eminent?
So you are putting up a fight. No, I just wanted to get that clear. You are putting up a fight.
Definitely, we are putting up a fight. We cannot let an RSS ban, when 62% of SANIC schools are being captured by RSS people, when IECHR, when BHU Executive Council, when Vice Chancellors are RSS, we cannot. And why is this RSS ban being picked? Because RSS has set a timeline for Modi ji's retirement, where RSS is giving sermons on education and health to the present government. Why is RSS man being picked? And we see one RSS man, Mr. Dhankar, who bent down the present dispensation and how he was exited. We don't want a yes man. We want a person who will look into the eyes of the ruling government and say that this is wrong, who will chair the Rajya Sabha in a very impartial and a very, very neutral manner, as deemed fit for a Rajya Sabha chairman, and who will not give us respected and coveted and most respected and coveted to the power of 6. He would be the person of his own words. He would be the person of his own mind, and not being run by, the Gujarat factories.
Okay. KV Prasad, who's a senior journalist, possibly would give us a little more perspective here into what we see. The India Bloc's move, does it really have any potential to split votes? The numbers are stacked in favor of the NDA, but with this surprise, Sudershan Reddy, who seems to be a strong man in his own right, a Telugu son, Of course, the Congress is attempting to unsettle the NDA allies, but do you believe there's going to be a divide here?
Well, Nabila, on two factors I would like to just point out. One is very clear that the India Alliance has come, India Alliance or whatever you could call them, has come out with a name which is certainly out of the box in understanding. But my understanding is there were two compulsions. One, they needed to carry the entire coalition together. There was a pressure from one end of the coalition, what I gather, is that they wanted a Tamil to compete against Mr. Radhakrishnan, the candidate from the BJP. That was one aspect. The other aspect was one of the allies was insisting on having a non-political or a political person as a consensus candidate for the opposition. So these pulls and pressures within obviously was at work, and the candidature of Justice Reddy is a definite move forward. Well, the question that you've been asking, will it split votes? There are two ways to look at it. One, remember, while parties and leaderships are committed their votes, these votes, they cannot be delivered per se because this is a whipless election. So each member of parliament is free to vote the way he or she wants to vote. And I'm reminded of the 2017 elections of the President of India. At that point of time, one of the Aam Aadmi Party MPs who was not with the NDA candidate voted for an NDA candidate, Mr. Ramnath Kovind. So this is perfectly, these cross-votings I've seen cross-votings happen in Mr. Bhairav Singh Shekhawat's time and much later. Whether you call it cross-voting, that is voting across party lines, because there's a whipless election, there are members who have individual contacts, individual relationship with the contesting candidates. And that's where it happens, Nabila.
So, but Congress's attempt to unsettle allies, I have one question to ask you. Could really Chandrababu Naidu's TDP feel that political cost? Will they really feel the heat from the people of Andhra for not supporting Telugu Sun?
Certainly. No. One thing is Naidu and TDP will not cross over per se. That's very clear. Of course, they made an official statement. There is nothing to also, if you really look at the Andhra politics, this is a Reddy candidate versus the Kama party which the Telugu Desam represents. So they have an issue within the political setup, but I don't know whether that will extend to the vice presidential election, number one. Number two, I don't see if Mr. Naidu doesn't vote or his MPs doesn't vote, sorry, Naidu cannot vote himself, so the MPs do not vote. Certainly, it will give a handle to the Congress party in particular and the India Alliance to go about in town and say, look, and remember, there is one more aspect which we probably will not miss is there is a Jagan YSR party.
I was just coming to that. Jagan has already said seemingly that he's going to support the NDA candidate.
Again,
this is what I hear.
You see, Jagan is a Reddy party. It's a very, very strong Reddy connect.
So the impact falls more on him, if anything.
Yeah, certainly it's a political calculation. Whether it works that way or not is certainly, I think you mentioned of the chessboard. This is just placing the coins to challenge the opponent. It's not a cakewalk. Certainly, the numbers are stacked against it, but it's a very nice political maneuver that the India Alliance has done.
A quick word, and who do you count in on Sudarshan Reddy from the NDA side? I mean, you say that TDP will not cross-vote. Who, in your guess, could do so?
Jagan's party is one possible, and we don't know how the BRS is going to play out. Again, it's a Telugu candidate. He is from Rangareddy district, which is outside Hyderabad. So the Telangana Rashtra Samiti has its own politics in Telangana. So he's a Telangana man too for them. So I mean, those are issues. As I said, these are individual decisions. Finally, MPs are free to vote the way they want to vote. While the party can say that this is our party's preference, but largely it will be left to the members of parliament. As I said, individual relationships do play a role in this.
And if at all YSRCP and BRS votes in favor of the India Bloc candidate, who do you think Radhakrishnan may lap up from Tamil Nadu?
No, in any case, the Congress, the BJP and the allies would go to town tomorrow morning and saying, listen, the DMK did not support a Tamil candidate. Fair enough. That drum will be beaten just as in TDP's case. But that's political. That's politics. But very clearly they say it's an ideological issue. So I'm sure they're going to play the ideological card where they've come out very clearly. It is for them to convince the electorate as they go into elections in 2026, Nabila.
All right. Sir R.P. Singh, a quick word on the positioning and posturing the BJP has exuded by fielding Radhakrishnan right in time for Tamil Nadu elections. Is this political posturing?
Well, you can construe whatever you want to as a journalist, but fact is that CP Radhakrishnan has a background, a social background, where he has contested 2 elections and won 2 elections in Tamil Nadu itself from Coimbatore, and he has been governor of 4 states. So he knows the administration. He's been a public figure. But talking about that point which you took up about Chandrababu Naidu, well, I don't think Chandrababu Naidu ji or anyone from the state of Andhra would like Naxalism to come back in Andhra Pradesh. I mean, with great efforts, Naxalism has been weeded out from Andhra Pradesh. And then a person who gave a decision which led to further enhancing Naxalism in the country, which led to furthering the Naxalism in that region, the Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, and that complete region. So why would Chandrababu Naidu like to vote, or his people like to vote for a person who can put their state in trouble at some given time later, at a later stage, if that man comes on that that judge comes on that ideology, which supports the Naxal ideology.
Okay. We heard you. A final word from Pooja Tripathi on that. Well, you have a tainted candidate. That's precisely what Mr. R.P. Singh has said, more or less. Your final word on the Congress and the India Bloc collectively attempting to pitch a man, according to you, who comes from a clean institution, who was a former Supreme Court judge, versus a man with an RSS ideology.
Also had very harsh words for us when on the issue of black money. So he is not in any way a tainted man. He's an eminent jurist, a person with a clean and spec image. And we just had constitutional club elections, and we have seen how the one-line whip followed by all BJP MPs is being weakened, and the central authority of Odisha is weakening. So I hope that the parties listen to their conscience and they vote for a very eminent jurist who's very deemed fit for the Rajya Sabha chairman. And that's what we are hoping for in Justice B Sudershan.
395, 396 odd votes is what the person needs. Yes, sir?
Well, how could you forget that he is OBC? And then
you conveniently remember somebody.
I never interrupted you, ma'am. I never interrupted
Okay,
you once.
I don't think this has anything to do with OBC or caste or region.
How can you forget a candidate is an OBC
You
candidate?
It is
and then
political
party stands for
calculus.
OBC. Their leaders
The
have
cards
linked
are
themselves
stacked,
with
and we're going to see
OBCs.
what happens.
And
Well played by the India Bloc.
how would they convince their
Perception-wise,
voters?
it seems
How
like
would
they won
convince
the
their member
battle
parliament
because
not to
we're
vote
having
for
a
OBC?
debate despite the numbers not being in their favor. But I apologize, all of you. I barely have the time. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you joining us here today.